How do you bend this, man?
Can you guys see me? Can you guys see us now? You need to step back a little bit, Jose.
There you go.
Right? That's how we do it. Alright, Jose, you need to squeeze in this way.
Okay.
Saturday morning. Saturday, is it Saturday morning now?
Saturday morning, 10:30.
What's up? How are you guys doing? So hey, this morning you guys, I want to share something really good. Hey, appreciate what you have. Right? You gotta start by appreciating what you have, where you are right now in life. Right? I was just talking with Jose here before we did this video. So that's how secret of leading a successful life, Jose. It's a 3-step process. Step number 1, you gotta appreciate what you have.
Yes.
Right? And you mentioned a little bit before, we just finished our 3 days conference. And you are sharing a little bit about, why don't you share it with everybody here? Well, what happened in the last 3 days?
Well, in the last 3 days, I mean, it was what you said it was a how to make more money conference.
Yeah.
But I think what I really appreciated is I've been in this business for 15 years, and I've never met anybody who really truly wants everybody in their team to grow as much as Rudy does. Because not only is he teaching us how to make the money, you're teaching us how to protect it and how to invest it.
You know, as we are building teams, people always ask, what's the greatest asset in any business? It's not the people. It's half right when we say it's the people. It's not the people, but it's the untapped potential of the people. Right? And part of this mastermind, any small business owners, they're always saying the same thing. What is it? It's the people. It's not the people. If you don't invest time to growing the people, then where does it go, right?
Yeah.
Let me tune out this. You like that song?
Yeah, it's a cool song.
And then the second step is trust. Trust that whatever challenges you have now is part of the bigger thing in life, right?
Yes.
Look at the bouncing. Look at the tennis. When we play tennis, what happened with the ball before it bounced back up?
It goes to the bottom.
It goes to the bottom. So this morning we did the conference call with our director of personal growth, and it's the same thing. Every successful person that I know of, there's always, unless you are born, then that's a separate issue.
Yes.
And then the last one here, we are talking about believe that the best is yet to come, right? So it's a 3-step process. And you were mentioning about, before we did this video, about the conference.
Yes.
Yeah, and our agenda here in the team is not just to buy and sell homes. The whole agenda here is to elevate your family lifestyle, right? So that's the whole thing. Hey, so wait, what are you guys are up to on Sunday?
Saturday.
On Saturday morning. What are you guys are up to? So what are we doing here, Jose? Jose is going to do his... so Jose, let's talk about that. Why should I sell my home with you over and above somebody else or doing it myself?
Well, there's many reasons. For one, we have the buyers. We've been working on doing a lot of marketing, attracting buyers, and we have buyers who are ready, willing, and able, who have given us their funds, given us their pre-approval letters, and they're ready to buy homes.
How do I know that for sure? Because many agents now claiming, oh, I have buyers. I have buyers somewhere in China or somewhere in whatever.
Well, if a buyer is claiming that they have them, they shouldn't have a problem showing them to you, right? So I actually have them right here. So we have our buyers. And
hold on. Michael here is saying, hey, I'm trying to get out of bed. Hey, what time is this? What time is this now?
It's about to be 10:40.
Michael, get up, Michael. It's 10:40. We gotta wake up early, man. What time you wake up this morning?
I wake up... Today I woke up at 7, which is a lot later than normal. I usually wake up at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, our office, we have to be here at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
Right? usually the routines, Michael, here is that we get things done before 9 o'clock. So that's so easy to get ahead in life, right? So while our competitors still sleeping, we work while the competitors are sleeping.
Yes.
So by 9 o'clock, while all of our competitors just getting ready, we are done.
Yeah,
we are done already. We are done with our day. We did our intensive training from 8 to 9, from 7 to 8. I'm returning all my inquiries. I'm returning all my phone calls, my emails, all my tasks, all my planning is done between 6 to 7 o'clock. So we are done. By 9 o'clock, usually it's done.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So
that's the way to do it.
And how many kids you have, Jose?
I have 6 kids with 1 on the way.
So 7, right? 6 plus 1, 7. So seven kids. So if you are not good with, because everybody has 24 hours in a day. I have 24 hours a day. You have 24 hours in a day, right? So you need to take care of your family, your 7 babies, right?
Yes.
Plus your family, you have to be responsible, and part of it is getting up early.
Oh yeah, I gotta get up before them.
Yeah.
To do what I need to do for myself before them. So I go to the gym while they're sleeping.
What time you're at the gym every day?
I normally go to the gym 4:30, 5 o'clock.
4:35. Yes. Michael, what are you doing at 4:35 a.m.?
From there, I get home. I wake the kids up. My wife, she gets up.
What time you get back home?
I get home roughly about 6:30.
Okay.
My wife is going to RN school, so she'll be up already, getting ready to leave.
Yeah.
I'll wake the kids up, and she takes off to school, and I get the kids ready.
Yeah.
Well, they get ready, but I gotta push them, make sure they get ready. Then I take them to school.
Yeah.
From there, I come to the morning training here.
Yeah.
When I can't make it because I'm dropping them off in school, I watch it on the live stream.
Yeah, but you are here by 8 o'clock.
Yes, and yeah.
That's huge, man. That's step number 1 there. Appreciate what you have. So what, like Jose, let's go back to that, the 3-step process, right? Number 1, appreciate what you have.
Yes. Well, I think it's very important to appreciate what we have because we tend to lose sight. I think us as human beings, we tend to lose sight of what we have. Because something as simple as clothes.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people who don't have a change of clothes, who don't have clean clothes.
Yeah.
So just being able to wake up in the morning is something to appreciate. Being able to go to the gym, something to appreciate. Being able to wake up my wife and kids is something to appreciate because I have a beautiful family.
If you haven't seen Jose's families, are you bringing them to our Clients Appreciation Day next Saturday?
Next Saturday, I'm bringing half of them because some of them are not available.
What do you mean not available? They're like kids. Why are they not available?
Well, they're busy. Sometimes they're busier than we are. They got they got sports activities. They got school activities.
I see. Like they are kids. What do they do? Okay.
We got to keep them busy so they don't get into trouble.
Okay, good. So and then if you haven't seen Jose's families, kids, you gotta come next Saturday at our Clients Appreciation Day. At what time is our Clients Appreciation Day?
Well, it's the 9th. I'm not too sure.
It's next Saturday. Comment below, and I'll message you.
We're gonna have tacos also.
Yeah, it's a taco trucks will be there.
Yeah,
so it's gonna
jumpers.
It's going to be really fun. Okay, anyway, let's go back to... Okay, step number 1, appreciate what you have. So let's talk about that. So every day, as you wake up, you appreciate your environment. The fact that you have 8 kids... I mean, 7.
7.
Wait, 7 and 1 on the way, right?
No, 6 with 1 on the way.
6, okay.
Yes.
The fact that you have 7, that's a blessing, man.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's... and then... So you appreciate... And then what else? What else you appreciate in life? Appreciate what you have and appreciate where you are.
Yes, I mean, again, I have a beautiful family. I have a house. I have cars. You know, I'm breathing. I'm healthy, and those are things we tend to take for granted. You know, and like I said, some people are not healthy.
Yeah.
Some people have health issues. Some people don't have a house. You know, some people are living with somebody else. You know, so there's just a lot of things to be grateful for. That's
why you brought up a good point. So this body here, right? This physical body that we have now, then that's why I don't understand when people are lazy. You know what I mean? Hey, don't take it for granted, right? Yeah, like we gotta use it. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 is trust. So give me an example that when you face adversity, right? In the midst of adversity, that trust that your challenges is a setup for a bigger things in life, right?
Um,
Trust that your challenges are part of a bigger plan.
Yes, well, that's a tough one, but I agree with you. I think we have to trust in what's as long as you're doing what you have to do to get to where you want to get to.
Yeah.
You got to trust the process. I mean, you can't expect to lose weight and while eating a slice of pizza every day. But
Yeah.
if you're saying, you know, if you're trying to get to a goal and you're following the steps, then we have to let God take His do His thing and let it all happen.
Yeah, you know how a butterfly you know where butterfly come from?
Yeah, they're what is it? I forgot right
A
now.
worm?
No, not a worm. They're a caterpillar.
Caterpillar, yes.
Yeah, then they cocoon and they come out and they become a butterfly.
Do you know before the caterpillar become in the cocoon, you know what it's shedding all their skin?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that?
Yes.
They're like, it seems like that's just the biggest challenge in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And then they stick through it, right? They're being disciplined, they stick through it, and then they fly, become butterfly. But nobody see that. Everybody just see the beautiful butterfly.
Yes.
Right, that's it. Nobody talk about
Mm-hmm.
the caterpillars. Nobody talk about that.
Yes.
It's a 3-step process. You need to plant the seeds,
Mm-hmm.
cultivate it,
Yes.
and harvest.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But everybody wants to plant the seeds now and harvest tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have my somebody that I went to a hospital when my first son was in a hospital. So I was just hanging around in the hospital. So this person put some for lunch in the microwave.
Mm-hmm.
60 seconds. They're like, come on, let's go. People can't even wait for 60 seconds now, right? 60
Yes.
seconds is so long.
Yeah.
So we live in a culture that there's no cultivating.
Mm-hmm.
It's just plant the seed or harvest, or sometimes it's even worse. It's not even planting the seeds.
Just harvest. Yeah.
They wonder like, why?
Yeah.
Why my life is this way? Well, you are skipping a lot of process here. You are not planting the seeds.
Mm-hmm.
You are not cultivating the seeds, and you are just wondering where the results, where the fruits are. It's not
Yeah.
going to happen.
It's delayed gratification. I think that's something that's very hard to grasp nowadays because of technology.
Hey, this is weird, man. I'm doing this. This is the new stand we have, and it keep on moving. I don't know how to do this.
Yes.
It's moving. You see, it's moving by itself.
I do, yeah.
Right? It's moving by itself. It's way too advanced. Like I'm not moving, but the stand move. And then step number 3, believe that the best is yet to come. Look, man, what's the purpose in life? Right? Yesterday on the 3-day conference, we talked about what's the purpose of our team.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, well, I mean, believe the best is yet to come. That's a mindset, and you gotta surround yourself in the right environment. You gotta protect your mind, the thoughts that go in there, and I think with that in place, you know, the belief. As long as you have that belief and you're in the right environment, it'll come.
Yeah.
Because I think the right environment is very crucial.
It's the law of association. We talk about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You become the average of the 5 people that you hang out with. So it's really easy. It's really easy to know who you are. I just need to know your 5 friends. Who do you spend most of the time? Who is the top 5 people that you hang out with most of the time?
Well, that's why I'm trying to hang around with you every day.
Yeah. That now you know why we do what we do here, right? The reason it's because it's called the law of association. Think about it. Do you smoke?
No.
But if I let you hang out with 5 people who smoke pots every day, for example, it's just a matter of time. You may be able to resist through willpower for 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, maybe 1 year if you're really, really strong. But you won't, I guarantee you, won't be able to.
Oh, yeah.
If I meet you 12 months from now, if you hang out with these 5 people who smoke pots or whatever they do, it doesn't matter, you know. It doesn't have to be, it could be good or bad, basically, right? So I don't want to imply smoking pots is good. I don't want to make judgment on that. But you drink coffee?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, well, okay, for me, I drink coffee, but I drink black coffee, right? If I hang out with 5 people who every day drink tea, for example, guess what? 12 months from now, I may change,
Yeah.
right? It's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
So people say, well, it's so weird. It's so easy to change. You just have to decide.
Yes.
It's a split-second decision. Like, we cannot change the destination overnight,
Yes, you can.
but we can change the direction overnight.
We can. We could take the slight edge.
Yeah, like we can make a decision now whether I wanna eat hamburgers or I wanna eat salad.
Yes.
Right? I'm not gonna lose 30 pounds like right now over lunch. But if every day I make that slight, small decision, what happened 12 months from now?
It's gonna make a big difference.
So every day you wake up at 4. What time you have to be at the gym?
Well, I get there about 4:30, 5 o'clock is when I get to the gym.
So that means you have to wake up before.
I wake up at 4:30, and then what I began doing actually about 2 weeks ago is I've been doing the Grant Cardone University.
Yeah.
And Grant Cardone says that he writes his goals down every morning and every night.
Yeah.
So I began doing that now. So I wake up and I give myself 10 minutes to kind of wake up. I get my little composition book and I write my goals.
Yeah.
And when I write my goals, I just write what comes to mind.
Yeah.
So it's I'm not copying it.
Yeah.
I just write what comes to mind because everything changes a little bit, but what you really want stays the same. So that's what I've been doing now for the last 2 weeks.
That's good. Most people, when they set up goals, they only set it up once a year, and they wonder why at the end of the year nothing happens. You don't even know what your goal is. Right? Today, what day is today? Today is August 2017.
September.
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 Wow, it's so fast. Okay. Today is September 2017. If I talk to the average people who's watching this now, hey, what's your goal in 2017? Most people don't even remember their goal.
Yeah. They forget because life happens.
Yeah. So, one tip that you share here is that every day, first thing you wake up, before you brush your teeth, you write down your goals.
Yes.
At night, before you sleep, you write down your goal. And there's this thing called the subconscious mind. And the funny thing happens. When you do that, then the whole universe will rearrange itself to make sure you actually moving towards that direction. You will meet people that will help you move towards that direction.
Yes, the law of attraction is.
It's so weird, right? You mentioned at the beginning, you mentioned about God has good plan for you. You know what? God has plan for you, but if you don't take advantage of. So, for example, right now I watched on the news, right? So imagine you live in Texas now, where it's like raining, pouring. There's let's say it's like flood. So you pray, God help me. So God sent these little boats. You heard that story?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, little boats, and say, hey, jump out here. And then who says, hey, don't worry, I don't need your boat. My God will save me. Right? And then 3 days later, a bigger boats. The National Guard now comes with a bigger truck. Jose, come on down, man. Jose say, no way. My God will save me. And then Jose continued to pray, God save me. Send me your angels. And then 3 days later, a bigger ship from the National Guard came in and said, hey, Jose, come. Jose said, no, my God will send me. And then bam, you die. And then the story was, this guy wakes up and asks, I say, God, I prayed for you. Like, why you didn't save me? And you know what God says?
Yeah, he said, I sent you a boat, I sent you a bigger boat, and then I sent you the last one. What was it?
Yeah, it's the National Guard with all the trucks, with all the fancy ship and stuff like that.
I sent you the help you asked for, but you declined it.
And isn't that life like that, right? So you pray, you set your goal, but you gotta take action.
Yes.
Right? The help, the boat is already there. We have people around you, especially now, you mentioned in the conference the last 3 days, you notice that, hey, there are a lot of people who wants to help you. But we cannot force, right? So you still have to take the step. Right? You cannot just stand there on top of the roof and refuse to move.
Help, yeah.
You gotta at least stand up and take the couple of steps towards this.
To the help, yeah.
To the help. You cannot just stand there and somebody's gonna help me.
Yeah, it takes some action in your part, yes.
And before this, we are talking about you like one of the thing that we discussed at the conference.
Yes, I liked when you said money is attracted to action.
Yeah, money is attracted to action, and if you really think about it, it's beyond just money, right? Anything in life, success in general is attracted to action.
Yes.
You've been disciplined every day at 4 a.m. going to the gym. If health is attracted to action. Think about it, right?
Yes.
I cannot just sit here every day eating hamburgers, watching TV, drinking all this, destroying my body. See, I'm not against all this, like drinking and all this, putting drugs onto your body and stuff like that. But think about it, this is the only body you have, right? So if I'm putting all this toxicity into my body, and then one day I was like, why this body is not moving, then whose fault is that?
It's your fault, yeah.
Like what do you what do you expect? You know, when I put all this toxicity in my body.
And it didn't happen overnight, because people think, whoa, why is this happening? Well, it's so many years of putting all this poison and toxins in your body.
Yeah. So isn't that the same thing? So yes, money is attracted to action. But isn't that anything in life, right? Success.
Everything.
We gotta take little, simple, disciplined action.
Yes, every day.
Every day. That at that moment it may not make a difference. Right? This morning, whether you skip that gym or not, I don't like. It's not gonna. You're not gonna look. You're not gonna go obese or fit by skipping or showing up this morning. Nothing's gonna happen. But that little simple decision, if accumulate over time, it's gonna change. Is that part of your secret? I wanna learn from you how. So you have 7 kids. A wife and a family, and you have to do, and you're doing this, all this, and you have the energy. Is that part of the secret? Showing up, going to the gym every day.
Well, the energy is in the morning when I wake up. I'm like everybody else. I would like to sleep more, but I want to go. I want to have a healthy body, and in order for me to do that, I have to work out. And the only time I have to work out because of my family and kids is the morning. So if I want to go to the gym, I have to go in the morning.
Yeah, how long have you been doing that? 4:30 in the morning at the gym.
I've been doing it pretty consistent this whole year.
Yeah,
You're
not at the time, right?
Yeah, I haven't gone every day, but for the most part, I go 4 to 5 times a week.
And that's actually the secret. People say I don't have time. Well, you just have to wake up earlier.
Yes, we gotta. Grant Cardone says that you have time for what you make. So you got to schedule your day, and you got to control your day.
Say it again. You have time for what you make.
For what you make, yeah. For what you make time for.
Okay.
So that's very big for me, because I was struggling with doing everything I needed to do. So, and I still struggle with it. But what I'm doing now is I'm scheduling. I was talking to my wife yesterday where we were having a conversation, and we said we need to schedule time to read a book together.
Yeah.
Because we've been reading. We've both been reading, but we kind of want to read it together.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of do a little book club on our own.
Yeah.
But we're gonna make a special.
With
time
all
for
your
it.
7 kids, yeah, you can have a club.
We have a whole book club.
You have your own book club. You don't need to join our Saturday morning book club. Yeah.
Oh no, the Saturday morning book club is great as well. Kyle does a very, very excellent job.
Oh yeah, so that's another invitation. If you guys are interested, every Saturday. We are hosting a mastermind book club, right? So we read book like Think and Grow Rich, The Slight Edge. What else we read? All kind of.
Well, since I've been in it, we were doing Think and Grow Rich, and right now we're on The Slight Edge.
Yep,
But,
there's all kind of books we read. You are welcome if you are interested to join our weekly Saturday morning mastermind book club. You are welcome to do it. Hey, so I want you to share below the 3 principles that me and Jose kind of talk about here. Number 1, I want you to share what is it that you appreciate what you have and where you are now in life. I want you to comment below, write down what is it that you appreciate, right? So appreciate what you have and where you are. And then number 2, I want you to share below what's the biggest challenges that you are facing now? Right? Trust that your challenges is a setup for a bigger thing in life. Remember the purpose. What's your purpose in life? It's not about you. Yesterday on the conference for 3 days, we focused on that. It's not about you, man. You know what I mean? Like say, for example, for you and your family, yes. Right? You are responsible for your 7 kids.
Yes.
Right, so every day as you prioritize your day, hey, I'm here to serve my family. I'm here to serve my clients. I'm here to serve the community that I'm part of.
Yes. You know, it's funny that you say that because right now I'm reading Extreme Ownership. And that's what that book focuses on. It's about the Navy SEALs. And it's not about you. It's about the in their case they say it's about the mission.
Yes.
And it talks about how our biggest challenge is our ego.
Yeah.
And you got to get out of your ego for the bigger mission.
That's actually a good point. People asked yesterday when we did our 3 days conference, other team members, because we put it out on Facebook, so many people actually sent me a private message. How do you grow that team to be one of the fastest growing private companies in America?
Mm-hmm.
And it's simple. It's not about you. And you brought up a good point. Mm-hmm. In our team, the structure, how we prioritize, is number one is the mission.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What's the mission? Is everybody aligned to the mission? Number two is the team.
Mm-hmm.
Number three, the third step is the individual. So mission, teams, individuals. So every day, Jose, as I wake up, I have to remind myself, hey, it's not about you. Because sometimes once you get more and more successful, ego gets on the way.
Yes.
Right? And you see people yesterday at the 3 days conference, a lot of people in our team doing very well, but it seems easy, but it's not. Trust me. The more successful you are, that becomes more challenging.
Yes.
Because we live in this flesh body, right? So we just want to be, hey, I'm so good. So that's the tendency. So we have to constantly remind ourselves, going back to the basic.
Yes.
Hey, dude, it's not about you. Don't forget, like, why are we doing this? So number one is the mission. What are we doing here? Our mission, our clients first. That's why all of the programs that we are doing here, we need to always challenge just because nobody else in real estate industry doing it that way.
Yes.
Right? Is it good? Is it in alignment with our mission? Step number two is the team. Is it what the best for the team? Yesterday you saw there are 8 people in our team who step up to that leadership roles.
Yes.
I never even asked them. Do you realize that?
Yes. Yes.
You know, you met the chief of staff. You met the director of personal growth 5 years ago. And you know what's funny? The moment these people who they step up into leadership role, it's so weird. Their life, their production, their income, everything gets so much like.
Yeah, it elevates. Yeah.
How do you figure it?
Because they open. I think you said that in the conference. They open up the funnel of giving, and the receiving opens up as well. So.
Yeah, we talk about the size of the hole that you receive through is proportionate to the size of the hole that you give through. Right? It's basically, if you read the Bible, it's the law of sowing and reaping. That's what it is. Just now we touched a little bit about planting the seed, cultivating the seed, and harvesting the seed. Right? This is the nature of whether you believe in gravity or not. That's not the point. You know, if I let go this, you and I, we can argue. Jose say, well, I don't believe in science. I say, I don't care what you believe. You know what I mean? I'm letting you know. If I let this thing go,
it's going down.
This thing is going down. You know, some people argue about the law of gravity. Some people argue about the law of sowing and reaping. Like
yeah, you throw up oranges, you're gonna get oranges falling on your head.
It's so funny, you know, like why? Like I'm not arguing with you about this. I'm letting you know. If you plant the seed of orange, and then you actually cultivating that, at the end of this, you will get oranges.
Yes.
Right? It's always. So if you keep on putting drugs in your body, you drinking all this shit in your body, I'm telling you what happened.
Yeah.
You're putting toxic in your mind. Right?
Yes, exactly.
It's so weird. And if you read good books a day, if you read 10 pages a day, you and your 7 kids, right, your family, right, you see Armando yesterday, right, I saw him doing a video with his kids.
Yes.
I know what is going to happen to that kid. As long as that family, consistent, I know what happened to that. Who's the name of the boy? I forgot.
Well, his boys are Armani and Gianni.
Armani? His name is Armani?
Yes.
All right, Armando Armani. It's very funny. Okay, Armani. So I know what happened to Armani 12 months from now, 12 years from now. That boy, 12 years from now, man, so when people talk about that boy 12 years from now, I want to meet with him. I want to tell him, dude, you are born with silver spoon in your mouth. You know what's the silver spoon? Is that.
The knowledge that his dad is
Yes.
encouraging him to intake at such a
Yeah.
young age.
I was like, that's amazing. I was like following, like, that. How old is he? He's like 6, 7?
Something like 8 or something.
8?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he
really
looked-
young.
I never met him. I just saw it online. I was like, yeah, he's like really young. But he understands. The last book he read was the Who Moved My Cheese.
Oh yeah, he was reading it. He's reading it. He was doing a review on it last night.
Yeah, that's amazing, right?
Yes.
So imagine if every day you are reading that a day, 10 pages a day. What happened 12 months from now? What happened 10 years from now? What happened 12 years
Yeah.
from now? It's completely changed the direction of your life.
Yeah.
And then what else? What are we talking about here?
I believe we're talking about belief.
Oh,
and the best is yet
yeah,
to
belief
come.
is the best yet to come. All right, guys, so I want you to share below. I want you to share below, number one, what is it that you appreciate what you have, right? Share below, what's the appreciate what you have. Oh, that's Armando. Armando is watching, man.
Hey, there you go, Armando.
Armando says, yes, mission first,
Uh-huh.
team second, individual last.
Yeah. You know what? I actually took something from Armando because he asked his boys what how their day was, and the response was every day's a good day.
Oh, yeah.
So I stole that from you, Armando, and I taught my kids, and I'm implementing that. I'm brainwashing them, and I'm teaching them that every day is a good day. It's a part of appreciating what we have.
Appreciate what you have. Make it. That's why here in our team, we never say, what, have a great day or stuff. Say, hey, make it a great day.
Yes.
Because it's a decision. You decide.
Yes.
Make it a great day. Make it a great life.
It's a choice.
It's a choice. It's a choice. It's just a snap. Just like you. You wake up at 4 o'clock. It's a choice. You can choose to
Yes.
sleep in.
Yes.
You realize that, right? This morning
do, yeah.
at 4:30, you can you like nobody's gonna who's gonna
Yeah.
you know, you wake up at 4:30 a.m. You have to make a split second decision. It's a choice. You gotta wake up, get your butt to that gym, or roll back to bed. Trust me, nobody's gonna say anything.
Yeah, and actually from our book club with Kyle, in the book The Slight Edge, it talks about the slight edge is something as easy as not hitting the snooze button.
Oh yeah.
So since I read that in the book, I've still done it a little bit, but for the most part, I'm not hitting the snooze button.
Yeah.
And it's because of the slight edge and because of the call we do with our director of personal growth. Kyle.
Yes. It's as easy as not hitting the snooze button.
Yeah, because it's very. I would hit it maybe 2 to 3 times.
Yeah.
And ever since I read that part, I've maybe hit the snooze button 2 or 3 times in 2 weeks.
Wow.
When I used to do it daily.
Wow.
So it's you know, you just gotta surround yourself around the right people in the right environment, and you start making better choices.
You know what happened, right? You know how people commit crimes? They don't just, nobody's born suddenly commit a big crime. You know what happened? So little things.
Yeah, little things.
You know, they go to a mall, maybe they steal
Gum or something.
gums, maybe, right? Just one piece, like, who big deal, you know? And then the next day, they got maybe a pack of gum, right? For example, it starts from that. Initially, when they steal these little things, they feel guilty, right? Little thing, when you first hit the snooze button, you feel like, oh my gosh. But you do it over and over and over and over again, then you become numb.
Yes.
At a point, you become rationalizing that is actually a good thing.
It becomes normal to them.
Yeah. And they not only become normal, they actually make it like, this is actually good.
Yeah, they start believing in their head that it's right.
Yeah.
That it's right for them.
Yeah, like, I have people who's actually, like, people in my family, all right, who's consuming, like, all this, putting all these drugs in their body and stuff like that. They're actually trying to rationale that, I don't know what kind of rationale, but maybe over time, right? If you keep on doing it for 10 years, somehow you rationalize that it becomes a need. I need this, right? I need this. I need this, I don't even know what kind of
Whatever it is.
yeah, cocaine, heroin. Like, I was like, what's the word? You know, those kind of stuff. Initially, you feel guilty, right? And then you try. It's like anything. It's like the snooze button.
Yeah.
Same way. Nobody born obese.
No. No, they do it to themselves. Yes.
Yeah, it's and I like what Carl said. Carl said, what is it? Move more. The success of to becoming healthy.
Oh, it's moving more and
Move more?
Move more. Eat
less?
Not eat less, but make better choices.
Yeah,
You know,
unbelievable.
Instead of having that hamburger, you have that salad.
Yeah.
You know, instead of having the French fries, you have the veggies. The fresh
Yeah.
veggies. So it's all choices. What way do you want to be on the slight edge?
Yes. So
What's
so
that?
number one is what is it that you appreciate? Number two, trust that your challenges, whatever challenges that you are facing now, is a setup for a bigger things in life, right? Whatever challenge you face now is a setup for bigger things in life.
You know, we can't appreciate the good without having the bad.
Oh yeah.
And part of trusting the challenges that you're having in life is what's gonna help you appreciate when you don't have those challenges.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, if you've never lost in your life,
Yeah.
you can't really appreciate a win.
Yeah.
You know, so you need to have the losses and know what that feels like to really appreciate the win.
Remember at the conference we met with this undefeated boxer who is named Sinisa?
Sinisa, yes.
Even then, if you remember,
Yes.
which one?
She lost her first four fights.
When she was like 13 years old.
Yeah,
or
when she
something?
was a beginning, she was an amateur, and I think it was her first four fights that she lost, and she hated the feeling. But and she even doubted a little bit. But when she won, I don't remember exactly if she won her fourth or won her fifth, but it was her. And she loved that feeling so much that she went on like a 60 fight winning streak.
Yeah, it's addictive, right?
Yes.
Winning. The winning is addictive, and so is losing.
So it's losing, yes.
Right? Winning is a habit, and so is losing. So again, it goes back to the simple decision. So when Sinisa get boxed down, right? Instead of staying down and say, "Oh, I'm such a loser," right? I won't be able to do it. Maybe I'll just get a job here in and out, right?
Yes.
This is not for me. But she chose to wake up, right? Stand up and continue mastering her craft.
Yes.
We call it failing forward,
Failing forward, yes.
right? We call it failing forward. When you fail, you should have corrected. And until this day, that girl, Sinisa Estrada, she's been winning 10 championships in a row. Remember what she said? Every time she after she fight, what does she do?
After she fights, she keeps training.
She keep on training. She always watched the video. Her dad is very supportive. You see, her dad is always, even at our conference, you saw what her dad is doing, right? Her dad is always holding those little camera.
Oh yes,
At the back. You notice that?
Yes.
Her dad videotaped the whole thing because when they came back, they always play it back. They always review
what they did so they could better themselves. Yes.
Yes. So trust that your challenges are part of a bigger thing in life. And then the last one is believe that the best is yet to come. I want you to share below what you get from our conversation here. Happy Saturday, you guys. Make it a great week. Make it a great life. And I want you to share below so that way we know how it helps you this week. Hey, hold on. Let me share this song here. This is Jose's favorite song.
I like when Rudy plays this song.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
Yeah.
Nothing can stop me, right?
No, nothing can stop us. We're all the
It's
way
a
up.
choice, right? It's a simple decision in life.
Yes,
Every
it
day.
is. Yeah. You want to go all the way up, or you want to stay where you? Well, you can't stay where you're at because you're either going or you're going backwards.
You're right. You can't stay where you are because if you stay where you are, that means you're sliding
I
down.
mean, just going backwards. Yeah.
Life is like riding a bicycle, right? If you are not moving, you cannot stand still. What do you mean? How do you stand still?
No, you don't.
If you stand still, you fall down, right?
Yep.
In life, in business, in general. If you are not moving,
If you're not growing, you're going the opposite way. So
Yeah.
be conscious of that. You gotta be conscious of it.
all right, guys.